Hi everybody, this is Crystal from Crystal Clear Life. Some of you have been asking me how my greenhouse experiment is going along, and so I just thought today, it is the end of October, that I would take you on a tour and just keep you updated on how things are going. As you can see here, we've got beautiful fall foliage. I love that hickory tree, and the ironwoods are orange behind me. Absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, here is the location of the greenhouse. It is facing the south, I guess. The door is on the east side and the back door is on the west side. And let's go inside and we'll take a look at what's happening inside. So usually I only unzip this one side, trying to keep as much heat in as possible. And zip it back up. And welcome to my greenhouse. I'll give a quick pan around to let you see how things look here at the end of October. My goal for this is to be able to keep my patio plants, my coleus, my elephant ears, those kinds of things alive. I do still have a few perennials in here that may go out in the garden this year, or I may keep them because that hosta is just starting to grow. And then over on this corner, I have a couple of tomatoes that are hanging on. I'm just trying to ripen. We'll see. And there you go. Okay, so first things first, how do I keep this place warm? Well, I have a thermometer here that tracks the temperature and the humidity level. You can see it's currently 66 degrees inside, and it is only 58 outside, so we're doing pretty good at keeping some heat in here today. One of the ways that I keep heat in here is I have these black rain barrels here that are filled with water, and what happens is the sun shines down on the greenhouse and warms the water in those black barrels. There's one in that corner and there's one in this corner. They are on the north side of the greenhouse. And like I was saying, the sun warms up that water, and then during the evening it will release its water, or it will release its heat into the greenhouse. I also have some buckets down here that are for plant water, and when I need to fill those, I fill them with hot water from the house. And again, they will put off their heat and release it into the greenhouse, okay? All right, as I mentioned earlier, I have a couple tomatoes hanging on. They're looking a little spindly, but that's okay. I've got some parts up here that are looking pretty good, and my intent is to come out in the next couple of days and take cuttings of those and reroot them so that I have much smaller plants to care for over the winter. Same goes for my pepper that I have up there. I have one growing, and just this past week there are two more that have started, so we will see if they continue to grow. Now you can probably see the lights that are hanging up behind the pepper plant. That's another way that I'm heating out here. I'm using these incandescent bulbs that are made for outdoor use, for porches and patios, that kind of thing. And then I also have two clamp-on lamps with 100-watt bulbs in them that I am using for additional heat as well. All of these lights are set on a timer, and this timer here in the corner is the same timer that we use for the pool, and simply have the extension cord plugged in there, and the lights come on in the evening about 8 o'clock, and then they go off early in the morning about 5 or 6, which is really the coldest part of the morning, and then the sun comes up and continues to warm things, okay? All right, so on this side, on the south side of the greenhouse, I have all of my pots from the deck and from the pool area that I just am trying to keep alive this year. So you see lots of elephant ear. Down in here, there's all kinds of beautiful coleus that I grew this year that was absolutely gorgeous. I still have some vinca that's growing down there. More coleus on this side, all of these beautiful varieties. This one right here has done such a wonderful job growing. And one of my favorites is probably this dark red that's back here. It kind of has a rusty orange red color. I just think they're fabulous. The grasses that you see here are very winter hardy, so they're not going to have a problem at all. I'm watching these ferns. I have 2 small Boston ferns that if I need to, I can take them into the house. And then I have this one large monster fern that also could go inside if needed. But you see, I even have some regrowth of some of my petunias that are growing down here. The cannas that were in here I cut off, and I'm just really trying to keep those bulbs from freezing this winter. I did not expect those petunias to keep growing like that, but you never know what's going to happen, right? And coming on around, so the big fern is at the back door of the greenhouse. And this greenhouse is only 10 by 10, and it is in the shape of an easy up tent. So it's a nice square structure, and it's held up really well so far. This is one of the catnip plants for the cat. He comes out every day and has himself a little snack. I have a gardenia down here that I'm trying to grow. Of course, my cloth for cleaning off the table. More coleus tucked underneath this table, and actually some, gosh, I just forgot the name of this. Sorry, some Swiss chard. There you go. Senior moment, don't mind me. And then more coleus tucked in under there. This one is really pretty. It's called Wicked Witch. I really like that one with its ruffly edges here. And so I'm hoping to keep that one alive. It's the first year I've been able to find that. These are some impatiens that, again, just trying to overwinter. My succulents are loving it out here. And then up on top of this little table, I have some more impatient cuttings rooted, another catnip plant, back to that pepper. And then in this pot, I'm growing some little tiny baby carrots and some parsley. And coming across the table, I have a very, very sad rosemary plant here that I'm nurturing back to health, and 2 pots of strawberries. So one there and one there. And then some more coleus cuttings here, and my begonia that, again, may have to go in the house as it gets a little bit colder. I'm really trying to keep the greenhouse above 40 degrees. So that's kind of my goal, because a lot of these plants will not do well under 40 degrees. This is my little herb corner. So you see I have a rosemary plant back there, and I have some oregano here. And then I have just a little fern right here that was almost dead that I'm trying to bring back to life. Some lemon coral sedum back there as well. Okay, let's see if I can give you a backed up look at everything. So on this one side, my back is now to the door of the greenhouse, and on this one side is one water barrel, a 6-foot table with 2 smaller patio tables on top of it to add height and layers. Because it is a small footprint, I'm trying to use as much vertical space as possible. Then in this back corner, there's the other barrel. And as I go around, you can see at the middle of the back door is that other fern there. And then let me step on this other side. So here's my chair for sitting and having lunch, and my garden bench that I just brought in that works well as a little side table for me. I like to come out here and have lunch or sit and enjoy a cup of coffee. And then this south side here is all of my delicate plants. So we'll see how it works. I don't know. On those really cold nights, I may need to add another layer of protection. And that other layer of protection might end up being some vinyl tablecloths that I drape over top of tables or plants, just like I would if they were outside. The vinyl is nice because it has that fuzzy coating on the inside that gives an extra layer of warmth and will provide a few degrees of protection. Here you can see the structure of the frame, and let me just show you quickly the top. It all comes together at the top, like so. Like I said, this is from Eagle Peak, and I think it was about $200, and went together very easily. Actually, doesn't even go together. You just pull it apart and then put the covering on top. A couple of modifications that I've made, you can see up here where the joints touch the cover, the plastic cover. I have pieces of foam pipe insulation over that just to keep any wearing from happening. Also on the sides over here, where again the metal touches the plastic, I have more pieces of that foam pipe insulation. And then let's see if you can see way back there in the corner, right up here in this corner, I also have another piece of very soft styrofoam that's up in that corner, again to keep from rubbing. You know, I'm worried that as the wind blows that the fabric will rub and it will create a hole in the plastic, which I'm trying to avoid. Anyway, I just wanted to give you an update on all of my beauties here. And hopefully this greenhouse idea will work and I can keep my things alive, saving me money and continuing my gardening into the fall, winter, and even spring season. Who knows, maybe I'll even get some seeds started this spring. I don't know, we'll see. If not, I'm definitely going to do some winter sowing in some jugs, but we'll see what else I can get done. Anyway, I just wanted to take you on a quick tour, show you what's happening in my greenhouse, and I'll keep you posted. Hopefully things will stay alive. Well, thanks for joining me today. If you found any interest in this video, or you learned anything, or you got some inspiration, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Think about subscribing if you would like to. Learn more about what we do here at A Crystal Clear Life. And until next time, here's hoping that you can live a more simplified and organized life through better planning. Until next time, okay, bye.